We are instantly introduced to Alice, who we are shown that she has the thirst for attention and validation, seeking to reach a certain level or being in the top 50s. Now, the company begins to profit off of girls who start to become popular, stealing and using their identity. We see this with Baby, who passed away 6 months ago and yet is still camming and still number one. Now, it isn't a supernatural aspect, more of a computer deep fake type of aspect, a program or algorithm essentially mimicking Alice and creating possible scenarios in which users would feel pleased and keep on paying large amount of money. Now, it isn't shown if the money is actually going back into her account or she was also not getting money, and so it is understandable why the company would fake Alice and Baby so they could keep 100% of all revenue. They don't really speak about that, so I don't really know if that's 100%. That's what I would assume the reason why they're like faking the girls. Now, the reason that Baby was number one, apart from, is because she was an algorithm. When her identity was stolen and she knew how to please the audience. We see this with fake Alice when she doesn't have to sleep, she's constantly camming, she's constantly making up new ideas that will please the audiences who are watching her. And we see this when she arrives at, top three. Now, we can understand that the site uses every bit of information possible on Alice to create the illusion. When she had those private chats with Barney and Tinker where she shows her own house as she walks around, giving access to the platform to watch in a way. Now, like I said, there isn't a supernatural aspect, just an extreme case of identity theft, which in real life a couple months ago when celebrity faces were being superimposed on porn actresses, kind of like that. Now, in the movie during the game, she plays with the algorithm, the fake Alice, and she doesn't think twice about giving the real Alice her password because she's just a program. At the end, when she goes back on the site, I think she's finally become more confident in herself. We see that when she and her mother are talking and her mother's doing her own makeup, implying there's a more open relationship and trust. She isn't ashamed of doing what she does anymore, and she wants to place the power back into her own hands. We don't really see how, her relationship is with her brother. That was kind of left in the air, but we can see that she is now more assured of herself. I recommend this film because it was very interesting seeing the different perspective of how her lifestyle was being viewed. Although it was implied she earned a large amount of money, being able to rent an entire two-story house plus that $8,000 dollar couch. But we see different, for example, the mother it was quite a shock, but she eventually accepted her. Her brother was more angry at the fact that his friends found out, because we see that she had trusted him with the fact that she was a cam girl at the beginning. We see with the police officer who just completely disrespectful, completely asking inappropriate questions, and that does happen in real life. I feel like with those cam girls in those situations, because of their profession, they're merely treated differently. It was interesting to see. Now, Madeline Brewer, who is the main protagonist, Alice, essentially carried the movie because of the large amount of time we were only showing her reaction, her figure things out. Now, I really like the movie, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. It does keep you on your toes, thinking, oh, is this like supernatural? Is this like a demon? Is this like blah blah blah? But it actually, when you see it for what it is and when you understand when it's getting near towards the end, it's very interesting. It's like scary because that could actually happen in real life. I mean, imagine just because of so much that you share online, your face, everything, your house, or wherever you live, that people could make a fake version of you. It's really interesting, and I feel like this movie just scratches the surface, so I recommend watching it.